everyone, how you all doing? Welcome to Karen Vibes reading for the mature audience. Hope you're having an awesome Wednesday evening. And we are back. We're still reading our book Flowers in the Attic, written by Virginia Andrews, narrated by moi, Karen. I'm gonna have one of my nurses tell you folks hi.
Hello, good night.
Right, so she's doing night shift. So she's just telling you folks hi. Alrighty, so we're just gonna get right into it. So we're still at chapter 23, right? And as usual, you folks know I like to kind of read back where I left off. Um, yes, I'm gonna just read back just a part of where I left, just a part of where I read last, so you guys can kind of pick up back. Right, so we're not gonna prolong, we're just gonna get right into it. And what did the twins have but a dollhouse and a mouse and ever changing declining health? So that's where we're at stop. So we're gonna just go on now. Back back to that forlorn, locked room. I went with tears in my eyes and a helpless, hopeless feeling, heavy as stone in my chest. I found Chris sleeping with Corey's. Sorry, I found Chris sleeping with Grey's Anatomy, lying face down and open on his chest. Carefully, I marked his place, closed the book, and just put it aside. Then I lay beside him and clung to him, and silent tears came to streak my cheeks and wet his pajama jacket. Kathy, he said, waking up and coming sleepily into focus. What's the matter? Why are you crying? Did someone see you? I couldn't meet his concerned look squarely, and for some inexplicable reason, I couldn't tell him what happened. I couldn't speak the words to say I'd found mother's new husband dozing in her room. Much less could I tell him I'd been so childishly romantic as to kiss him while he slept. That is just so weird. Why would you see somebody and just want to kiss them like that, a stranger? But then again, she's a teenager. You know, when sometimes some of us, when we were a teenager, we did some silly little things, and as you grow into an adult and look back, you're like, oh my goodness, did I really do that? So, guess it's just one of those things for her. And you didn't even find a single cent? He asked with so much disbelief. Not even a cent, I whispered in return, and I tried to hide my face from his. But he cupped my chin and forced me to turn my head so he could delve deep into my eyes. Oh, why did we have to know each other so well? He stared at me while I tried to keep my eyes blank. But it was no use. All I could do was close my eyes and snuggle closer in his arms. He bowed his face into my hair, while his hands soothingly stroked my back. It's all right. Don't cry. You don't know where to look like I do. I had to get away, run away. And when I ran away, I would take all of this with me, no matter where I went or who I ended up with. You can get in your own bed now, said Chris in a hoarse voice. The grandmother could open the door and catch us. You know that. Chris, you didn't throw up again after I left, did you? No, I'm better. Just go away, Kathy. Go away. You really feel better now? You're not just saying that, are you? Didn't I just say I was better? Good night, Christopher doll, I said, then put a kiss on his cheek before I left his bed and climbed into my own bed to snuggle up with Carrie. Good night, Catherine. You make a pretty good sister and mother to the twins. But you're one hell of a liar and one damn no good thief. Oh my goodness. So her brother figured her out. You know, some people when it's just when some people not telling the truth, you know them hiding something, and if you know them long enough, you know say something not right. So her brother just look at her and couldn't make her out. You know? Each of Chris' forays into Mummy's room enriched our hidden catch. He was taking so long to reach our goal of $500. And now summer was upon us again. Now I was 15. The twins recently turned 8. Soon, August would mark the third year of our imprisonment. Before another winter set in, we had to escape. I looked at Corey, who was listlessly picking at black-eyed peas because they were good luck peas. First time on New Year's Day, he wouldn't eat them, didn't want any. Little brown eyes looking at his insides. Now he'd eat them because each pea gave him one full day of happiness. So we told him, Chris and I had to make up tales like this or else he'd eat nothing but the donuts. As soon as that meal was over, he crouched down on the floor, picked up his banjo, and fixed his eyes on a silly cartoon. Carrie, Carrie glued in beside him, as close as possible, watching her twin's face and not the TV. Kathy, she said to me in her inner bird twitter, Corey, he don't feel so good. How do you know? I just know. I always hear they say twins can actually feel what the other one feels. And I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's true. I'm identical twin. And I don't know. I guess in some instances, you know. Has he told you he feels sick? You don't have to. And how do you feel? Like always. And how is that? Don't know. Oh yes, we had to get out and fast. Later on, I tucked the twins in one bed. When they were both asleep, I'd lift out Carrie and put her in her own bed. But for now, it was comforting for Corey to go to sleep with his sister by his side. Don't like this pink sheet. I don't like this pink sheet, complained Carrie, scowling at me. We all like white sheets. Where are our white sheets? Oh, oh, the day when Chris and I had made white sheets, the safest color of all. White chalk daisies drawn on the attic floor kept away evil demons and monsters and all the other things the twins feared would get them if white wasn't somewhere near if white wasn't somewhere near to hide inside or under our under or behind. Lavender, blue or pink, or flower strewn sheets and pillowcases were not to be tolerated. Little colored places gave small imps a hole through which to drive a forked tail or glare a mean eye or stab with a wicked tiny spear. Rituals, fetishes, habits, rules. Lord, we had them by the millions just to keep us safe. Effie, why does mommy like black dresses so much? Asked Carrie, waiting as I took off the pink sheets and placed them with white plain ones. Mommy is blonde and very fair, and black makes her look even more fair and exceptionally beautiful. She's not she's not scared of black? No. How do you know? How do you get before black doesn't like? Sorry, how do you get before black doesn't bite you with long teeth? So this is what Carrie's asking her sister. You know, that they always say sometimes children have some wild imaginations. How old do you get? How old do you get before black doesn't bite you with long teeth? Old enough to know such a question as that is is absolutely silly. For all the black shadows in the attic have shiny sharp teeth, said Corey, scooting backwards so the pink sheets wouldn't touch his skin. Now look, I said, seeing Chris' laughing eyes, watching as he anticipated some gem. I would certainly deliver black shadows. Sorry, let me just read this back. I said, seeing Chris' laughing eyes, watching as he anticipated some gem. I would certainly deliver. Black shadows don't have any shiny sharp teeth unless your skin is emerald green and your eyes are purple and your hair is red and you have 3 ears instead of 2. Only then is black a threat. So she had to be making up all these weird stories telling the twins. Comforted, the twins scurried under the white sheet and white blankets and were soon fast asleep. Then I had time to bathe and shampoo my hair and put on wispy baby doll pajamas. I ran up into the attic to open a window wide, hopeful of catching a cool breeze to freshen the attic. So I'd feel like dancing and not wilting. Why was it the wind could find its way inside only during a wintry night, only during a wintry blast? Why not now, when we needed it most? Chris and I shared all our thoughts, our aspirations, our doubts, and our fears. If I had small problems, he was my doctor. Fortunately, my problems were never of much consequence. Only those monthly cramps, and that womanly time never showed up on schedule, which he, my amateur doctor, said was only to be expected since I was of a quixotic nature. All my internal machinery would follow suit. Wow. So I ran so I can write now of Chris and what happened one September night when I was in the attic and he was gone. Oh my goodness, I want to hear what happened to this one September night. When I was when I was in the attic and he had gone stealing, just as if I were there. For later, when the shock of something totally unexpected had died down a bit, he told me in great detail of this particular trip to Mummy's grand suite of luxurious rooms. Oh my goodness, folks, I sure don't want to hear what this is. He told me It was that book in the nightstand drawer that drew him always. It lured him, beckoned him. Beckoned him was to shipwreck him later, and me too. As soon as he had found his quota of money, enough but not too much, he drifted over to the bed and that table as if magnetized. And I thought to myself, even as he told me, why did he have to sleep on, why did he have to, keep missing out. And even if he told me, why did he have to keep on looking? Each one of those photographs were ever engraved on my brain. And there I was, reaching the text, a few pages at a time, he said, and thinking about right and wrong, and wondering about nature and all its strange, exhilarating cause, and thinking about the circumstances of our lives. I thought about you and me, and that these and that these could be blossoming, years for us, and I had to feel guilty and ashamed to be growing up and wanting what other boys my age could take from girls who were willing. Oh goodness. It can be such a hassle sometimes growing up. Worse, worse if, persons are teenagers and they don't know how to guide their thoughts and their feelings and stuff. It can be a very hard time for them. Excuse me. And as I stood there, leafing through those pages, burning inside and with so many frustrations, and wishing in a way you hadn't ever found that damn book that never drew my attention with its dull title. I heard voices approaching in the hall. You know who it is. You know who it was. It was our mother and her husband returning. It was our mother and her husband. Returning quickly, I shoved the book back into the drawer and tossed in the two paperbacks which no one was ever going to finish reading. For the bookmarks were always in the same place. Next, I dashed into Mommy's closet, that big one, the one nearest her bed, and way back near the shoe shelves. Near the shoe shelves, I crouched down on the floor beneath her long formal gowns. I thought if she came in, she wouldn't see me, and I doubt she would have. But no sooner did I feel this security than I realized I'd forgotten to close the door. That's when I heard Mommy's voice. Really, Bart, she said, as she came into the room and switched on a lamp. It's just plain carelessness for you to forget your wallet. So it's just plain carelessness for you to forget your wallet so often. So this is your mother and her husband, and Kathy is somewhere in the closet hiding. He answered, I can't help but, I need to have my glasses. I can't help but forget it When it's nearer in the same place, I put it down. I heard him moving. I heard him moving things about, opening and closing drawers, and so forth. Then he explained, I'm certain I left in this pair of trousers, and damned if I'm going anywhere without my driver's license. The way you drive, I can't say I blame you, said our mother. But this is going to make us late again. No matter how fast you drive, we still miss the first act. Hey, exclaimed her husband, and I heard surprise in his voice, and inwardly groaned, remembering I'm done. Here's my wallet on the dresser. Darn if I recall leaving it there. I could swear I put it on the trousers. Right. So folks, we're gonna give ourselves a break from that. Right, so we're gonna break from that, folks. Put them right there. Right. So we pause for now. And when we come back, folks, we're nearly done. We're winding down. So when we come back, alrighty, so we pause from there. Folks, seems like I'm getting a little sleepy. I've been on my foot all day today, and I'm still at it. Folks, remember to please like, subscribe, and share. Please like, subscribe, and share. Let me hear back from you. Let me get your feedback if you don't mind. Alright, so we stop there for tonight, and we'll be back in short order. I'm not going to say when, but we'll be back in short order. So, folks, thanks for listening. Thanks for taking the time to listen. Remember, you can visit what am I saying? Karen Vibes. Why am I thinking about Cave Spicy Teas? Oh my goodness, I always keep mixing up my tea brand on my page. But anyway, so folks, remember to like, subscribe, and share. Have yourself a awesome Wednesday evening. When it's actually night now. So, peace out. I think I'm getting sleepy, and I don't want to start getting sleepy and then talking foolishness. Alright, folks, so we'll be back in short order. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see ya.